AM show, time for us to go into what the papers are reporting this morning. And as we do here on the show, let's go take you through what the papers are reporting as in the headlines. And I have the beautiful Emefa Akosia Adeti on our smart wall to bring you that. Emefa, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Kojo. Always a pleasure to do this with you. And because we do not want our audience to miss out on what's in front of the newspapers, we thought that why not? And so this morning, I shall quickly run you through the newspapers, and I'll start with the Ghanaian Times this morning. Of course, and I'm not surprised. The first one, Galamsey fight. I'll declare state of emergency if, and you see about 3 dots.
Yeah.
And if you see a 3 dot, it means there's the small in page 12 of the Ghanaian Times, essentially the president saying that if he consults the security apparatus, and they think that, of course, why not? We need a state of emergency. It's not out of his agenda. He definitely will if we need it. And as well, Sports Minister rallies support for Black Stars. I don't know how I still feel about the Black Stars.
How do you,
I mean, you know that over the years, that feeling of Black Star and you having to eat before you support them and all of that.
Oh, I'm hopeful.
You're very hopeful.
Yeah, very.
I think you're quite an optimistic person.
Okay.
You generally are an optimistic person. But let's see how the Black Stars will really perform under this new minister's leadership. And then he's been rallying for the support. So why not? Let's look at how that will go. As well, Zoom Lion supports National Day sanitation. If you take a read on that story on page 3, it will tell you that they have pledged their support for logistics, things when we need to be cleaning to at least have an effective National Day sanitation. And as well, the Ghanaian publisher this morning says that Blue Gold demands mining lease back. Story is on page 3. And it's been claiming some bias towards Heath Goldfields. It's quite an interesting read, slightly controversial as well. If you're interested, you want to see that story on page 3 of the Ghanaian publisher this morning. And as well, Galamsey fight showing results. The lands minister has been speaking. I'm sure this is a fallout from the engagements on Friday. And as well, Baumia's 2028 bid gains major boosts. You'd see that some regions have come together. The Ashanti region, I hear that he got some resounding welcome over there. Market women as well. The Greater Accra region, some other regions, you know, pledging their support for him and insisting that
it looks like his message is being bought.
Well,
the team's agenda of trying to say that we have a history as a party, a tradition, where we repeat our candidates since '96. So
and they do better.
Exactly. So why change?
He'll be the first vice president to be tried on that front, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes. No. Again, he is the first vice president in their party to be elected as a flag bearer. You know, it hasn't happened.
I think,
2008, Ali Muhammad didn't win it.
Okay.
But he's been able to.
That's true. Well, so Ghana observes 40 days of Apostle Joseph. I think that will be on October 20 at the Legon Stadium, I think. So Daily Graphic this morning, Mahama renews war on Galamsey and pledges comprehensive sustained action as well. And last week we brought you the story about how teachers as well need to be rewarded, and there was an awards. We actually telecasted live on JoyNews. And Richard Timob crowned most outstanding teacher. Story is on page 60. Congratulations to him as well. Yeah.
But for that one, I'll have my say.
Absolutely.
I'll have my say when we.
You definitely should have your say. It is the story that has everybody's attention over the weekend through to this morning. Noella brought you that story as well. How Galamsey rips through Nsuta Railway, 3 kilometres, and it is Takoradi-Nsuaem line, totally destroyed. Completely destroyed, and that's just the picture. The picture is going to be telling
selfish Ghanaians.
Of course, but illegal mining has always been because some people are quite selfish. And that story is on page 13 of the Daily Graphic this morning. The back of the Daily Graphic is giving you updates on sports as well. Resilience, Lions hold Kotoko. Stories on the back page. You want to take a read. Let's go to this, the back of the Ghanaian Times, which we already brought you. That's also some sports update. The custodian this morning. So, lawyer notifies Parliament to impeach Mahama over Galamsey. And what's interesting about this story, Kojo, is that this lawyer Woyo Ganamanti, used to be part of the legal team of the NDC and resigned from the NDT to now be the running mate at the CPP level.
Oh,
right.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so he thinks that he should be impeached because he's unable to declare a state of emergency over illegal mining.
That will be an interesting one to watch.
It will be an interesting one as well. And also we'll pick Baumia for 2028. Ashanti, Eastern, Central, Greater Accra NPP delegates declare. If you're interested in our story, it's on page 3 of the Custodian this morning. And maybe quickly, Kumasi Inner Road project began under NPP. The minorities will clarifying. You also want details of that story. It's on page 9 of the Custodian. Could you, I'm correct, right? Page 9, my poor little eyes.
Yes, page
Absolutely. 9. Okay, let's go to the Daily Analyst this morning. Says that we'll smoke them out, and this is under Galamsey fight. The Naimos vow to crush Galamsey operators.
They should go to where they are dealing with the rail line.
The rail lines, absolutely. Yeah. And as well, Mahama's influence in 2028 flag bearer race could make or break the NDC. Musa Dankwa of InfoGlobal Analytics as well speaking. Sam George snubs 150 Rectron deal, backs 50 million telecell bid for Airtel Tigo Ghana. Story as well is in the Daily Analyst. You want to also take a read. And finally, for the Daily Analyst this morning, Kojo, unless of course you want us to discuss something, recover all loot, Togbe after the charges government. And I think this is when the Vice President as well visited the Volta region. Tension brews in North Tongue over shortage of premix fuel amidst reports of diversion. Take a read. It won't be me saying it. Take a read. Okay, the Daily Democrat, Mahama Land Minister lead united front against Galamsey. And of course, you know, this is as well on the back of the meeting with the CSOs. 24-hour economy success is a collective one. Julius Debra, the Chief of Staff as well, has been speaking. And the media has been urged to defend children's rights as well. A lawyer has been explaining the NLA Act. And so if you're interested as well, you want to take a read. The News Center, Ashanti, Eastern, Central, Accra, swing to Baumia. Story is on page 6 and 7 of the News Center, and as well the photo. I think the Lands Minister is the most celebrated person in front of the newspapers this morning, right? He's almost in front of all of the newspapers. Says that government's 5-pillar anti-Galamsey strategy has been unveiled. I'm sure you followed that as well.
But it makes sense, right? Because today, the most talked about challenge confronting Ghanaians is not the city.
Of course not.
It's not the economy.
Of course not.
It is not poverty. Galamsey. Because even today, what you drink in Accra, you're worried about it.
Oh, of course.
That's why he's...
For the first time, all of us had one heart as Ghanaians, and it is Galamsey. But this story, though, Ghana has 2,600 million, and it ranks 8th in Africa. I think
MFI is one of them.
I think Kojo has the inside scoop. Sorry, and I'll let him bring you the details. But as well, Angela List wins 2025 Global Power Female Awards. Congratulations to her. That's a gorgeous woman over there. State capture unfolds. You want to also read the story on page 2 of the News Center. I think that will be all.
Once you say I have the details of that story, I name you as one of them because I was reading the details.
So now we have 2,599 persons fined.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Kojo.
Okay.
Well, there's also more news if you log on to myjoyonline.com, but that'll be all for the newspapers this morning, Kojo. You want to review the stories for us?
Thank you, MFA. I'm going to miss your face on TV in this 1 hour that we're going to be here.
I'll be behind the camera smiling at you.
All right, so this is the news review here brought to you by, MFA just did the headlines. We're going to go into the papers, go details into all of the issues that you see here. So stay with us as we go through. I have Mr. Afelmoni already in the studio. He is a former GJA president. We have him here. Uncle, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Trust all as well.
Oh, by His grace, the grace is keeping me.
Great one there. All right, so there you have it. Uncle is not here alone. He'll be joined by David Vondi. He is the MP for Chifo at Timokwa constituency in the central region, and his constituency is also one of the areas where Galamsey, takes effect. So we'll have him here, as well as John Dakon, his colleague MP, who is the MP for Nsuaem. He will also be in the house for us to discuss all of the issues. But this morning, I specifically wanted to talk about Galamsey because of, You know, on the front page of the Daily Graphic, you saw that Galamsey rushed through Nsuta Rail Line, 3 kilometer Takoradi-Nsuaem line destroyed. 3 kilometer Takoradi-Nsuaem line destroyed. I don't know if my back room is ready with that particular video, but when I saw the video, I was seething with rage. Now, I couldn't understand why, as a people, we can let our selfishness, we can let our greed lead us to deteriorate the environment the way we are doing, and to even let it affect state infrastructure that we've spent millions of dollars to construct. Look, they have destroyed 3 kilometer rail line. That's what you see on your screens now. I mean, this should never be what we'll subject ourselves to as Ghanaians. Go and review how much we spend on constructing a kilometer of rail line, and you would understand why we should all be very angry as a people. For people, some greedy people, to go and destroy 3 kilometers of rail line. I mean, you cannot really understand it as Ghanaians. We can't do this to ourselves. Just watch how, when we spend so much in constructing rail lines, then some greedy people, I don't want to use some words on TV, else I'd have gone ballistic. Because when I saw this video over the weekend, I was heartbroken. I just couldn't muster words to describe how I felt. Because if I really want to go all out, I would have to insult some people. The people who did this, they don't deserve to call themselves Ghanaians. And they say life and death belongs to God. But really, if human beings can go to their state infrastructure and cause this level of harm, this is not government. Put government aside. This is about us as a people. Because really, as a Ghanaian, as an individual who used the train when it works, and look, I have worked in Takoradi for 7 years. During the Joe Gatti time, when they brought the railways, the trains back on the line between Tarkwa and Takoradi, the joy it brought to people because they could transport food from those hinterlands to Takoradi was just massive. So to see that we live in a place like that, and we go and use our greediness to destroy the rail lines. Nah. And for those of us who live in these communities, who watched on, for these greedy people to destroy the state infrastructure like that, we must all bow our heads in shame. If we cannot be doing this to ourselves. This shoot to kill thing. If you see this, you might want to look away, and if it happens, it should happen. So, good morning to you, and thanks. Welcome already. Mr. Vondi Honorable Vondi has joined us. Uncle, I don't know, I guess you know about this line very well.
Emotional overdrive is in place, fully justified, in line with the law of proportionality. We need to fight Galamsey with the seriousness and ruthlessness it deserves, because this is a practice rooted in evil, a practice which is nothing short but wickedness in its most naked nastiness, which threatens to sentence 35 million Ghanaians to premature death and this extinction. So this is something we should not joke with at all as a nation. So Kojo, we are on the same side, and because it's heart rending, so wrenching, bowel emptying, and even heart stopping.
I mean, 4 years ago, we were told by the then Deputy Railways Minister, Kwaku Asante-Boateng, that it cost $5 million to construct just a kilometre of rail line. So even if we are using the 4 years ago figures, it means that these 3 kilometres would cost us 15 million. And look, 4 years ago, so by now, just say it's around $7-8 million.
It's a hell of a lot of money.
Monies that we could have used to construct school buildings for children who are studying under trees, we have to use to repair this line.
We feed prisoners.
Because of some greedy people.
Inordinate greed.
Oh, anyway. Honorable Wande, good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to our cherished viewers.
Hope you are well.
The Lord is our strength. We're successful. We're good.
Historically, did you have rail lines passing through your constituency?
Yes, I do, but it's been destroyed, and all the rail lines picked away, by the previous administration. So currently, we do not have.
The previous administration picked away the rail line.
They took everything away. I mean, it's been the rail line from our constituency. It really came from Accra right down through our place to Fosu and Oni Valley and all those places. So it was what we used to transport goods and.
Oh, so there was a line from Accra.
Yes.
All the way to your place to the place you mentioned, the place in Fosu,
Oni
Valley,
right around to Tarkwa, those places. Yeah, very serious rain. I had sat in it before when I was very young, those days. But I don't know what happened. A new bridge has been constructed in Chifu-Praso, river. But the old bridge even been fetched out and taken away for scrapped or whatever. The rail line has all been taken away by the previous administration. I really did not know exactly the.
I think the deterioration started before the previous administration.
Oh yeah, as for the rail line there, it's been over the years. Yeah.
So what
fell
means
into abandonment.
That's it. And what it means is that currently we do not have one. But. I guess.
But this one we saw, it was a functional one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you looking for that particular picture?
I've seen it.
Okay. Yeah. That's a video.
This is a murder. This is. It's just like, okay, so imagine that a train. Is on its way now. Passing through that rail.
Derailment.
And it gets there. What do you think that thousands of people on board, what do you think will happen to them? Would have lost all of them and killed, murdered all of them. This is not, wouldn't be an accident, would have been a pure, deliberate murder, to these people. Look at what we did to us. It's all because we're looking for piece of metal that we call gold. Human being waked up in the morning, took a breakfast, ate food, risen, washed his face, and then says, I'm going to work. And then he went into work and did this. And when Vondi is talking about it, people will sit somewhere and say just anything. We don't like the truth in our country. We lack the ability to contain the truth. And that is our problem. How do you do this? And then you call yourself a party member? How do you do this? Listen, it is my prayer and hope. And because I do not know when these things started, especially the Ray one, these very pictures and videos we're seeing, because I do not know when it started.
But does it even matter, sir?
Hold on. And who was the DCE when it started? Then I do not want to chastise our DCE now until I know the truth that under somebody's watch, these things happened. You see, His Excellency Mahama is a God sent. And I'll tell you why. He said that going around arresting these young boys and girls who are engaged in these things will not end the trade. Go behind and arrest those sponsoring it. Then you will end the trade. Why would human being go and do this to our country? And we celebrate it. Some of them may be watching us very soon, and they'll be insulting us. Because why? Somebody is able to go there to get some money, and they waste the money even. They don't use it for anything meaningful. What is money without life? Look at our water bodies.
But isn't our focus
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Isn't our focus on government the reason people do what they do? Yes, I understand government is the one that is supposed to ensure that our infrastructure is protected or are protected. But with this, government cannot be in everywhere. What about citizens, those of us who are doing this?
See, my brother.
We have assemblymen and women.
Look, I've been saying these things, and I'll say it again. Look, this trade is being accepted in a society where it happens. They see it as their source of livelihood. They see it as, okay, this is who we are. We are Galamseyers, and that's what we do for life. That's how they see it. Now, to stop this trade, you can't get their buy-in, okay? What you do is to disarm them, to stop them from doing what they are doing. Let them, stop them from getting the equipment that they use to do this kind of thing. Take the chamfan away. Don't import it into this country again. The excavators should be regularized. They should be controlled. It should not get to their hands, okay? Then you are making some meaning. But if you leave the excavators and then the chamfan engines to come in, and you say they should not use it, they will use it because they don't see it as a crime today themselves, and the rest of us, they see it as a source of livelihood. And that's the problem we have. And so, for me, the move that the Land and Natural Resource Minister, my own brother Kofi, is taking now is the best move. Declare a security zones on our water bodies. Stop the importation of the chamfan and excessive, excavators that you do not know what we're going to use the excavator for. Excavators must only be imported when somebody have a contract that you need excavator to execute the contract so you can trace it. There is too many excavators in our country today than even the human beings in the country. When they go and talk about it, and somebody don't want to understand. We just cannot take the truth. You see, that's the problem. You know what I know, and you know what is the truth. But we can't take it, and that's our problem. That's our problem.
Oh, no.
The media is selective. Politicians are selective. Opinion leaders are selective. And we all living and behaving as if though we do not know the truth.
Same page. I think the media are on the same page.
You see, so for me...
United.
For me, I think that the media should be able to expose even the most powerful people, so-called. Because if you are powerful,
but as for the media, as for the media, if we get to know that you are the one, why? We are not afraid of you. We'll say it.
So because what we're seeing in our country
now. But again, what is the use of is it National Investigation Bureau?
Yeah.
Yes, they should be doing some of these to identify, to uncover the faces.
You see, when I say the media should expose even the most powerful people, JoyNews, Joy FM, multimedia, and some of the media houses, you can't take it away from them. Without you, would we be seeing these things? So you're doing well, but I'm saying that you can do more. Okay, let's encourage ourselves, all of us, to be able to stop this, because you know why? Very soon, what I know is that we will be dying like chickens. Look, see the water we are drinking. I tell you what, there is no purification system of these water bodies that will get it into a very wholesome water to drink.
Away.
I tell you what, we're killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves, and we are, but
the central government you have the power to say we are ending this.
I'll tell you something. Until the human beings, they themselves agree to be ruled, to be governed, governance is extremely difficult. Until the human being, they themselves accept and agree that where we're going is dangerous, it's killing us, stopping them is difficult. I am not saying it's a reason why we should not stop them. But I'm saying that we ourselves as human should begin to reason and know where we're going is dangerous for this country. So we can make it a little easier for the politicians who are willing, like His Excellency Mahama, to be able to stop this. And if
leadership is key. Leadership
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Leadership and followership go together.
I agree with you, 100%. Look at what His Excellency Mahama is doing.
What is he doing?
Look, even meeting the CSOs.
But don't we know what it will take to end Galamsey?
Hold on. But the fact is that ideas do not resonate in one person.
Understandable, yes.
You would have to come together.
Yes.
And do you know that the engagements we are having is even working on the conscience of some people? And so people may even begin to think about not doing it.
How that?
That alone.
Now, the Catholic bishops have written a paper to the presidency. They've given their proposal already.
Yes.
The media and citizens movement against Galamsey, Ghana-based group, they've even said they've sent more than one proposals to the presidency as to how to end it. So really,
you see,
as to the blueprint to end Galamsey, I'm sure the government knows.
And so the point I'm making to you is that it does not mean that we should stop engagement. Engagement will continue. You see,
engagement without dividends does not make any.
From now onwards, we're going to see something very drastic. And drastically, when it happens, Ghanaians should agree and accept the fact that you can't be seeing these rails destroyed, or in the name of Galamsey. You can't be seeing our water bodies destroyed, or in the name of Galamsey. So we all die one day. And so we must take a decision that may be difficult to accept, but that must be the truth to end it. And I think that is where we're getting now. You know how much money it will take to reclaim these waters? You know how much money it's going to take? Just because somebody want to... and you know what? They don't see it as a crime. This is murder. This is a crime against humanity, against our country. When you go to China...
But isn't that why we have laws? Because if you leave it to a human being, he will do whatever he likes.
The laws in illegal... And the name is illegal, isn't it?
Yes.
In itself tells you that thing is a crime.
Yeah, exactly.
It's illegal. Must we be finding a law to back what's already illegal?
So why are we not...
You understand my point?
Yeah, I get it. So it's against the law.
China,
it's a crime.
For example, when you go to China, do you know China, they have more gold than we have in Ghana? Yes, check. They have more gold in China than we have in Ghana. And so why do we allow the Chinese to leave their gold, come here, come and help us to destroy our own, and we are applauding them? Why are we doing that to ourselves?
But you've said something. You said,
why are we doing that to ourselves?
This is a crime, right?
So when you call
this
it
is a crime
illegal,
this is
another law
you don't.
to deal with the illegal.
So why are we not able to deal
My brother, do you need that?
Honorable, why are we not able to deal with this?
You see, we are not able to deal with it because of one, political will.
Yeah.
Do you know why it is political will?
No, you tell me.
Because some, and I'll be very wrong if I lumped everybody together, but some politicians seems to be behind
for partisan heaves.
This trade, this illegal trade. At least if you listen to Frimpong Boateng's tape, it would tell you that it is really becoming evidential that some politicians are behind this trade.
Okay.
So it makes it difficult to crack the ship.
So why are you not starting from
by politicians?
Yes, an open secret.
Hold on. Now, there are some people who claim to be powerful who are also interested in this trade. You see how it looks?
Powerful. Powerful people are in it.
So you see how it is?
We understand all of that.
Now, hold on.
We understand all of that.
Now, I can tell you. We have 8 months in government now. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
No, we're 9 months.
9 months. Yeah. We've held some meetings here and there. And look at what we just did with the CSOs and all that.
What is the end result?
Hold on. Now the meetings are over. I can assure you that
but we need
wait for action.
Okay. When is the action starting?
The action is that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to do everything it takes to end this madness. And I can assure you, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama,
for the government
to
intensify action.
And that's where I get
tangible intensified
that's
action.
where I disagree with you in a way.
Why?
In a way. This trade didn't even start under Akufo-Addo.
Oh no, nobody has said so.
No. So, but it got intensified under Akufo-Addo. You cannot say that is not true.
That is true.
And so in 8 years, intensive and extensive destruction of our water bodies and our forest bodies, you cannot use 8 to 9 months to stop it.
But don't limit it to 8 years.
You cannot.
Don't limit it to 8
I'm
years.
saying...
You say 8 years intensification. but the damage started way before.
So
because in January 2017, Ankodra was so bad.
So you heard me correctly.
Way before 2017.
When I said that the trade did not start under Akufo-Addo.
But
so it tells you that getting it... the most horrible era of this trade happened under Akufo-Addo, and there's nobody that would say no to that. I am saying that you cannot use 8 months to cure these things.
We are not saying cure. We are saying that we want to see some action that we haven't seen anything.
Now we've had all the communications, all the engagement. It is over.
So you use 9 months to talk.
Hold on. No. I think that you've seen some few actions here and there.
Oh, the Benin. It happened under Akufo-Addo.
But going forward, I think that Ghanaians should begin to accept and understand the conditions under which we find ourselves, and will understand what His Excellency Mahama is about doing.
I don't know if you know Butre. Butre is in the Hunter West constituency. Okay. Over the weekend, I saw visuals of Butre, the river Butre entering into the sea at Butre, and I was shocked. I'm told that some of the hotels along that shore are folding up because people are not coming.
Even in
people are not coming. Because if you see
these are the stories
if you see the nature of the deterioration or the coloration of the sea, who will come and swim in the sea? Because the shore, that's where we swim. We cannot go deep.
From Cape Coast towards Elmina, where the River Pra joins the sea.
Oh, that's Biposo, right?
No, not Biposo.
Okay, where?
Oh no, just from Cape Coast.
Okay.
Is it River Pra? There's another one.
Okay, between Elmina and Cape Coast.
And see,
that's not the Pra. I've forgotten the name. Is it Itri or something?
And see the devastation. It's
that has also changed.
Go there and see.
I've not paid attention.
And even look at the people's one you're talking about.
That's
my brother, it's shameful for you to bring a friend. Recently, one of my guys from US, Bob, visited me here in Ghana. And we were driving to Takoradi, okay? And he wanted us to drive. He wanted to see town. And I didn't want us to go. Because it's shameful to see things like that. And he asks you, why are you destroying your river bodies? And then you said you're looking for gold. He says, so, but the United States, we have a lot of gold in the United States more than your country. But our river bodies are not destroyed. And we agree. Then look at what we are doing to this railway. This is a pure murder. I think that some investigations was happening in this particular thing. It's a murder. I mean, this is a crime against humanity. This is a crime. Look, assuming a train.
So my guys are trying to get the boat river, but even from the picture we're seeing, if they put it on the screen, you will see the river. It's colored all the way to that small community.
My brother, I have said that we can still mine and not destroy our water bodies and our forest. There are types of mining. Look, what I think we should be concentrating on is the rock mining.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
The alluvial mining and then the dredging in water bodies, we must just stop. As
for water bodies, water bodies should be no-go area.
You see, when you look at the rock mining, and you can just have about a space like this room, okay?
And there could be like 10
and then you can have the government, now we have Gold Board, sponsoring and providing technical, assistance to these young ones to be able to build proper shafts, okay? And long shaft to be able to mine the rock The rock do not destroy water bodies. They don't destroy forests. They don't destroy land. Okay.
No, I'll let you continue. But what my producer and the director has done is to try and give us a Google map, live view of what's happening. So currently in that community, that's how it is. Now, you see that clay line there?
Yes.
That's the river. And the river is joining the sea. But look at the seashore there. It has changed.
You see? You see?
Yeah.
You see?
That should not be the color of the sea.
You see this? You see that?
You know, I'll try and get us a drone shot of the. But see the shore, and see the how the clay, the muddy water has changed the sea there. So you cannot swim there. And that's why
I think that one of the things that is also going to help us is the prosecution, like we keep talking about. And today, I learned the Attorney General is inviting Akonta owners to appear. And I think these are some of the things that will serve as a deterrent to some people who think that we're in government.
Loopholes
and who think that we're in government and that it is their turn to also make some illegal mining and to make some illegal money. I don't think some of our people in the NDC is thinking that they want to join the trade. However,
but the allegations are some of them already there.
However, if some of them are thinking, of joining this trade, then I tell them. Then I tell them that under His Excellency Mahama,
it goes beyond thinking. Some are being investigated.
So I'm saying that. Okay, so that is a clear example of His Excellency Mahama's dislike and disagreement.
Investigate. How long will you investigate? So this is like 2 months ago.
So the point of making investigation, you and I know that some investigation that takes very long, especially based on the evidence that you are putting together in order to form
the media should
and so it is not really, so for me,
on that investigation.
For me, that demonstration alone, you have a president who stood at Kumasi to say that even here, when his sector minister says that these guys are entering forest illegally and are mining and destroying our forest body, you see a president stand in public and say that is not true and that they are not engaged in illegal mining.
But isn't this why we are not winning? Isn't this why we are not winning?
Then you have another president. When allegations were made against some of his people, he quickly called for investigation. Which of these two presidents will you say that have the win?
But isn't this why we are not winning? Yeah.
Beyond
saying that this person did this and this is very different.
Against the president.
So again, like I keep saying, the talks are over. Wait for actions going forward now.
Hey, we have to wait for 9 months for the rivers to keep being
I'm sorry.
Look at the river.
Where we are now.
The stability has increased from 14,000 to over 90,000.
Not within 9 months.
It was 14,000 in 2024, September 2024. July, August 2025, it has moved to 95,000.
So again,
what are we saying?
So again, I am saying to you that the talks are now over. Wait for action. And that's what I will tell you.
The action should be relentless.
And that's what I will tell you. You see, His Excellency Mahama himself said that a fight against Galamsey is not going to be an event. It is going to be a process. So this is going to be relentless. It's going to be in perpetuity. It's going to be a fight we're not going to stop until we get to where we're supposed to get to.
A fight against Galamsey can be likened to, feeding a shark. Once you stop feeding the shark,
it'll go back. Again, let us not forget
that
there's another serious area we must look at. That the people are doing it, most of them for livelihood. And that is why when you look at His Excellency Mahama's programs that we're doing, feeding Ghana, all the things that we're doing, giving jobs to the youth today and all that, is the way of trying to provide them work. So we can have an alternative for them whilst we fight them to get out of the water bodies.
I have to be plain with you. We should not be attacking or dealing with this Galamsey issue from the livelihood point of view. No livelihood, alternative whatsoever, can replace what they do.
I think people's livelihoods also matter.
So yes, they matter. But I'm saying that this one, it goes beyond. But it goes beyond livelihood. This is crime or crimes that are happening. See, Mr. Moni, if someone goes to site today and gets 500 cedis, what livelihood are you going to give him to replace this 500 cedis? So when we do the argument along the livelihood line, we will be missing the point.
Will the 5-point strategy, the 5-pillar strategy, also takes care of sustainable livelihoods?
Yes, I'm saying that, Mr. Money. I live in a place where this is happening. I see.
You've seen it?
Oh, I've always said on TV that I come from a place where Galamsey is done. There's rock mining. That's why I understand that the best is rock. Because when I was young, the rock was being done, nothing like this was happening. Because even rock, we watch them in our homes.
Transit to the rock.
The rock is there already. Yeah. But I'm saying that the argument about say it is people's livelihoods, and so we have to see how we can deal with it. We'll lose it.
No, but that is the fact.
What have we tried? You see, let me remind you. You know that in 2017 coming, the government then engaged these people on how can we give you alternative livelihoods, where they suggested oil palm, they suggested animal rearing, they suggested welding and co. But they didn't take advantage of it.
Those people, they lost touch with the reality.
Okay. We have areas designated for community mining.
Yes. Yeah. I get that. But I'm saying the argument, we should not approach these people to say that because it is their livelihoods, we would want to treat them with kids' club.
And
I understand, I get it.
The survivor instinct will push them to criminal heights if it's not if their livelihoods are not taken care of.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's. I'm told that we have the drone shot from Butre. Let's watch it. This is what is happening. So this one gives you a clarity or a clear picture.
So you see where
of how
it's entering the sea.
The sea.
And that's what is that we're going to us.
This is tea water.
Whoa.
This is it.
This is not tea water. It's mud.
So see, the shoreline where people have to swim.
Yeah.
So who's swimming this? Is the reason the hotels here are collapsing.
Yes.
This is Butre.
So
live visuals.
Totally gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it take a lot to reclaim all these.
That lagoon there, we were, when you go to Butre, you do canoe ride on it. But this one, you cannot do it again because of the way the water has been polluted. And when the drone takes you a bit further, you will see the tributary, how the pollution is.
Yes. Anyway. I mean, after the pollution, we've seen it over and over. Okay. Everybody's seen it. When you go to Tarkwa-Nsuaem, for example, I mean, the river Tarkwa-Nsuaem, I used to, when I was young, anytime I visited my parents, we drink water from the river.
Yeah.
We fish
common practice.
From the river. I lived it. Okay, today, go there and see. It's horrible, and today is dangerous to even get close to the river. And they are still mining in the river. But you see why I kind of may agree with you. The feeling of what's going on and the understanding that you may have may push you to think that some people may be taken out by force enemies. You get what I mean? Because you see, what's happening is very bad, and it's against humanity, and this is a crime. Until we see it that way. So why can't we invest rather in rock mining and push our boys in there and protect them? And that's exactly what I think this government is doing and will be doing going forward. Because you see, mining in alluvia, what they call alluvia, what they call water dredging and mining, would definitely cannot be done and be done well. All we can do, whether you are a legal miner or illegal miner, stop alluvia mining, stop water dredging, and then go into rock mining. And I think we can make some sense from there. Otherwise, the alluvial mining, the rock, the water dredging, the chamfan thing, we will not be able to survive it.
All right.
But what we've got now
more is expected
horrible
of your government to move the nation from this storminess of hopelessness to the area of environmental.
And I assure you, from now onwards, see what's going to happen.
Okay.
See what's going to happen.
I pray that this alternative livelihood will succeed so that they can get something to do.
You see?
And then we take them out of... because like you explained, the alluvial and the dredging, that is what, or these are what have brought us all the problems we are facing today. Because, Uncle, when I was young, even the rock mining, they bring it home and we wash.
Yes.
Washing, like you have a place like this, it's two. So there's water here. You wash, the water goes there and it circulates.
And comes back.
Here. Yes. And then there's, you get the metal. So we were okay until this alluvial, well, I don't know where it came from.
But we are in a different area altogether. So we need to filter.
Yeah.
What about strategies have it?
Oh, yes.
Into the web of reality. We need to square whatever action to the logic of reality. And the reality is
that's why people say
the livelihoods of the 3 million people in mining should not be abandoned.
And you see, if we want to say we're replacing a job that can pay them what they get, we won't be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you see, the mining areas, the kind of money these young boys can make, you'll be amazed.
Yes.
You'll be amazed how much money they can make. I agree. But what is money without life?
Yeah. But that's the essence they have to get.
What is money?
These guys need to get that essence.
So at least if you get something sustainable and you have life, you're better off than getting all the money and lose your life.
Okay.
These are some of the things that they must, they must understand. And anytime I see the rail like this, the rail lines like this, I get very mad, It's a crime against all of us.
Okay, let's still stay.
One day they will come to Jubilee House and begin to dig Jubilee House because they find gold there, and then they'll be.
But they have the temerity to dig around police stations.
If you can do police stations, if you can do this to a railway line, and you can do this to a police station, and then what it means is that one day John Mahama will be there, His Excellency, and then people will come there and say, hey, get up, we're going to mine. And that's what we're getting to.
But do you know, last 2 weeks, there's a story from Tarkwa where a shop caved in because miners were mining, under the shop.
Yes, you see,
so when you go, you won't be surprised that Jubilee House, they could be taken somewhere.
You see, the underground
police stations cannot be spared. Now you can imagine, police stations cannot even be spared.
You see, underground mining, for example, there's a space, a level that you have to go without. You don't have to go more, above that level. If you do, it will cave in. And that's exactly what happened. And what's happening, there is no regulation. We are not following anything. A whole Tarkwa. And you can't tell me that was illegal mining, You can see that was some level of money where the odds there were so rich and people were chasing it to extended forgotten about their senses.
Those were Galamsey, so anyway, it's still illegal mining.
It's still illegal mining, so which is wrong. And we can't continue to do this to ourselves. And that's what I keep saying. We can't continue. See, a day will come, 5 years from now, even a year from now, even now. Look, we are just digging our grave. One day, mass burial, we will all be gone. We'll all be gone. Because even the contemporary we eat today, the mankani we eat today, the cassava. You think you are living in East Legon, so you don't mind. One day, I had one politician on a rally, I was saying that, sit there and be saying that, a whole noble person. They will bring the cassava to you. You will buy the cassava and eat your fufu. And you will see what will happen to you. Whether
politicians are not immune from ignorance. Politicians are human beings. They are not immune from ignorance.
No. That cannot be ignorance. And you see, this trade, you can't be a politician and say you are ignorant about the effect of the trade. You can't. Then you are not worth it. You can't.
No politicians.
Then you go and shout and say, because Galamsey is not done in Accra, we should go to the bush and go and tell them to stop and that we should not be talking about it in Accra. Really? And then you don't know that the foodstuffs will be brought here and you will eat them. The water bodies, the water you are drinking, they are all coming from the villages. They are all contaminated. Look at the sea. And you are happy and you are telling people, these are the things. And I'm not talking about only MPP. I'm talking about both sides must now realize that we've gotten to a stage where we must all stop. Well, Bondi will say it, because I will tell the truth, though, unless I'm not giving the opportunity to talk. But if I'm giving the opportunity, I'll tell the truth.
All right. We've been joined by John Darko. He's the MP for Nsuaem. No, good morning.
Good morning.
Trust you good?
We are managing under the circumstance.
Okay.
Sorry for coming late.
Anyway, how are you, my brother?
That's my brother. Mr. Money, thank you.
But Bondi says that his government has finished talking now. They're going to act. You're hopeful.
But this is my brother, so I mean, I'm happy he's saying this or there. I'm sure when we get out of this place, he will say that, look, the situation, as you all have come to know, is getting worse. And I hope that the government stays up. In fact, the president, at the time he was campaigning, he told the nation that Nana Akufo-Addo was the president and Galamsey was his problem and that he should fix it. We have come 9 months into a new administration. Galamsey is a problem of the president and he needs to fix it. In fact, we are all aware of the dire consequence of the illegal mining. That's what my brother was just saying, the food we eat, the water we drink. And I think the other danger part we haven't maybe hammered on a lot is even the national security aspect. Right now, if you look at the way Galamsey is being handled, right, it's become so difficult because the locals, where the Galamsey is happening, right, they've given up. Now, our military doesn't seem to have the power to fight these illegal mining activities. Now, it will surprise you. If you're not careful, we may have Sierra Leone on our hands. You know, those days, that's what used to happen. The rebel groups would take over mining places and drive away anybody who wants to fight them. That is where we've gotten to. Now, those who are engaged in illegal mining have become so powerful, even politicians cannot fight them. So if you are not careful, these people will continue to dig and dig and dig, and they will reach those of us in the city who think that Galamsey is far from us, and they will take over this country. I've said elsewhere that if you look at the people who are mining, it's not only Ghanaians, we have foreigners who are into it. Of course, apart from the Chinese who are bringing big money and big equipment, we also have a lot of African neighbors who are down under the earth digging. So you can see that this is a concerted effort by these nationals from outside the country to destroy our country.
But with the help of your greedy citizens.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but you see, but that is why
the Chinese ambassador did explain that
it's the Ghanaians who take them to the mining
exactly.
site.
But again,
and
that is why as a people we need to be very serious, need to be very careful, and there's no better time than now to declare this the state of emergency that we all require. Declare all these places as national security zones, and make sure that look at what is happening, and make sure that we don't find anybody on these mining sites. Look, now we talk about the forest. People are mining right on the rivers, all the river bodies in the country. Recently, Joy report. Joy, I mean, we are in Joy. So, one of the report, Bole, there's a river in Bole, and you have Shamfans sitting on the river, mining right there. And this is a water body people used to fish in. The black water.
Yes. Now it's destroyed. So I think that we have a responsibility to ourselves to ensure that this fight, is taken to these illegal miners and ensure that Galamsey stops. Because look, otherwise we are all going to suffer the consequence, and it's going to be dire. Right now, if you go to these mining communities, those who drink the water body that run through their villages, the number of birth defects, in these areas have skyrocketed. The food they are eating, cancer. The doctors are telling us the cancer they are getting as a result of these polluted food items and the water bodies. And so, apart from the fact that there's also the national security aspect, there's also the health aspect. Now there's serious health emergency in the country. Now people don't buy food from some areas in the country. I was talking to a friend yesterday. I said, well, now he doesn't buy food from if he's traveling on the Kumasi-Accra road, he doesn't buy food items from the Konongo and then the Suhum area. And I'm like, oh, so you think that
that's the only place
when you come and buy it in Accra, you are safe. You are definitely not safe when you come and buy it in Accra. Okay, so we think that we can find a way to avoid the consequence of this, but we cannot. It's a very serious matter that everybody must take serious. And look, what is happening here is that we voted for a new administration. I can say that they won the election by the landslide we've seen, partly because of the Galamsey issue. We were talking about it here in Accra, the villages were talking about it. Now it is a responsibility of the president to handle this. But unfortunately, the president only sees the economic aspect of the Galamsey, the monies that come out of Galamsey. We are told that the president says that there are about 4 million Ghanaians or 4 million people who are benefiting from the Galamsey economy, that people are making money out of it. And so they think that it's going to be very difficult to, as it were, lay all these people off by fighting Galamsey. Again, the government is profiting from Galamsey by reason of the establishment of the gold board, or the Galamsey board that is it is now known.
It's called gold board.
Galamsey board. They are buying the gold from these small, these illegal mining businesses. How do you fight this when you are buying the gold from them? So you actually supporting Galamsey. Once you buy the gold, you support Galamsey.
No, they said they are buying from small-scale miners. Of course, you're a lawyer. You know that they are licensed small-scale miners.
Okay, but let's not go there. Here, right now as we talk, I can tell you about 90%, or maybe even 95% of the small-scale mining business we have here are all engaged in illegal mining. They're all Galamsey.
Where's your evidence?
Stop that. So
in court, you say where's your evidence?
Let's not kid ourselves.
So where's the evidence?
Let's not kid ourselves. All the distraction you are seeing, okay? Can you point any small-scale mining, which is properly so-called, doing any of these? Everywhere we have right now, all the distraction, they're being caused by illegal mining. And have you seen a facility?
So take out the small-scale mining.
Have you seen a small-scale mining facility running, doing a perfect job right now? Is there any?
Yes. Yes. I don't want to mention the name, but I'll show you. I'll show you after.
And I'm saying that it constitutes just less than 10%. The majority of the small-scale mining are engaging in illegality. They are all Galamsey people. And
it's difficult for me to accept it.
You know.
You can't say that.
But the majority, where's your evidence to show that they are majority?
So let me make my point. So okay, if majority, right? If majority were doing the right thing, we will not be seeing this. We will not be seeing the kind of distraction going on. But majority are engaging in illegal mining, and I can tell you that they constitute more than 90%. But let's move on. I'm saying that I want to support the government any way possible to do this, because this fight, we have to move it from the political arena. We have to move it from the politics. All right? But if the president comes to say that we have about 4 million people benefiting from this whole Galamsey economy, then it tells you that fighting it is becoming difficult for the president. If you set up a Galamsey board to buy the gold from these illegal mining companies, you are inadvertently supporting this illegal mining.
Okay.
So the government itself has become part and parcel of the problem. How do you resolve it when you are the one paying these illegal mining guys? You are the one paying them to go down there. When they bring the gold out, there's Galamsey board waiting at the entrance, ready to buy the gold.
There's nothing like Galamsey board in Ghana.
You understand?
That's gold board.
When they came, when this government came, and my brother is here. The Galamsey board was when they brought the bill. It was passed.
But in Parliament, do you have a Galamsey board? Do you have any Galamsey board bill that you take?
Galamsey board is gold board. Hello, you need some tissue,
okay.
some medication. I'll provide it. I won't take
When they brought the Galamsey Board Act.
Can you imagine? When you fix your mind to say what you want to say, nothing will cure you.
Okay, so you brought the Gold Board Act to buy Galamsey gold. How about that? You brought the Gold Board Act And it was passed under certificate of urgency. He is here, he knows. The government was ready to collect the money. And they said that, oh, they've been able to mobilize money from the gold resources to stabilize the economy. So you see where the president's thinking is. You need money from Galamsey to stabilize the economy.
But he didn't say Galamsey. He said they've mobilized
from the president of the Republic of Ghana. So you have to learn to quote him well.
The president, don't lie. Of course, oh, my brother, you know.
It's not the best.
The president will not say he's going to buy the gold from the illegal mining guys or the Galamsey.
So why are you saying that?
But we know, as a matter of fact, that the gold we are buying here, now we are told about 50 or 51% of the gold we purchase are from the small-scale mining companies, right? And if you have about 90% of the small-scale mining engaging in illegal mining, what are you talking about? So the reality is that the government has become part and parcel of the problem. So if we are to fight this, then the government has to relook the whole Galamsey board setup. Okay, we had the resources, we put money, people are being paid to buy gold from these illegal mining sources. So what are we doing to ourselves? We are not being frank. It looks like we just want to talk. And that is why I was surprised when, you see, the president is somebody, me, of course, apart from the fact that I respect the presidency, I respect personally. I was shocked that he called this meeting because in opposition, the president and his team were very, very vociferous about fighting Galamsey. So eventually when they won the election, a lot of people thought, okay, now we believe, okay, that there's somebody who is now going to fight illegal mining. But it's getting worse. We all know that from the last August to date, the stability level in our water bodies have gotten worse from 14,000 to 90,000.
For one river.
For one river.
Ayensu.
Others are getting worse, and I think you have it on your screen. So, if the situation is getting worse, what do we do? Do we continue to engage in the same thing and expect a different result? We cannot do that. They say it's a definition of something, I don't want to say, that you do the same thing and expect a different result. Okay? We need to change our strategy. And I believe that the commitment has to go way beyond the talk. As they say, okay. Don't tell me about your values. Okay. Show me your budget. Where are we putting the money into? How much are we putting into fighting Galamsey? Okay. If you don't put money into fighting Galamsey and you come and tell me that you are fighting Galamsey, there's no way I will believe you because those are just words. So it's about time we began to, put real action. Okay. As it stands now, this nation, I'm told that we have become the epicenter of what do you call it? The importation of
excavators.
Now, if you look at what is happening in our communities right now, excavator has become one weapon that they are using to destroy our economy. Why is it that this thing keeps going on? Why can't we put a ban on it?
The president has acted. He says now without a permit, you cannot.
But that was the case. In fact, the previous.
But he says you are not doing it.
Oh, the previous. There was a registration. You needed to register.
But he has explained that. He has explained that. They were importing. When the machine comes here, then they will come for permit today. Yeah. That's what he said.
There was some form of regulation. I'm saying that we should even ban it altogether.
Okay.
Okay? Because really and truly, if you look at the amount of excavators you have in this country, for the construction sector, they just need a minute part.
Okay. All right.
We don't need all these excavators.
You are calling on the government to act. Today, according to the Attorney General,
yes,
Untumi has to come to Accra for his charges to be read to him.
When he was arrested, you went and squat on the sand, shouting so they should release him.
So, see, I mean, everybody who has been charged, I mean, will have to appear before the court. Of course, I'm a lawyer, I understand all this. So, it's okay. I believe that Untumi will have his day in court. He will bring his lawyers. He will bring the evidence of more or less his innocence. But now it is the responsibility of the government to prove his guilt. He actually doesn't have to prove his innocence. But of course, once you are charged, you also have to show something. So it is the responsibility of the government right now to prove his guilt, to prove that one, either he didn't have a license when he went in, and even if you have a license and you engage in it, because you can have a license and still engage in illegality. Like I was explaining the other time, if you go beyond where you've been given, okay, on your license, you'll be engaging in illegality. Sometimes the small-scale mining license was for 5 years. People mine after 5 years. If you continue to engage in that after, beyond the 5 years, it's illegality. People,
but the former Minister for Environment and Lands, Abu Jinapo, did say that Wontimo was mining illegally in the forest reserve.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know that, but if he said that, well, no, fine. If he said that, of course, it will be part of the evidence the government may even put forward that even his own ministers under his own government admitted that he was engaged in illegality. All of that should be put before the court. Look, I mean, nobody is above the law in this country. We are all citizens under the Constitution, under our laws. I believe that Wontumi will have his day in court, and the prosecution will have to prove his guilt. If they're able to prove all the ingredients of illegal mining, of course, the law must take its course. When we went to the Iyoko, it wasn't just so much about the fact that he's been arrested. The fact that they kept him beyond the 48 hours and tried to use...
Something we all condemn.
Yes, they tried to use the state resources to intimidate people. Those were the things we're talking about. Because look, I mean, so long as we live as a people, these things are going to happen. When the NDC goes out of power in 2029, right?
Who told you that? In your wildest dream.
The new MPP government.
Your party's collapse, you don't know.
He has the freedom to prophesy.
Will obviously take some of their own people through that process. So it's okay. But you see, should that be the case that you only focus on one political person because the person is a politically exposed person?
No.
The Galamsey we have in this country, okay, the problems, what we are going through, it's not being caused by Wontumi. Indeed, Wontumi, now he has no license, he has nothing to do with what is happening. Today, this year, I'm not sure Wontumi has any company engaging in mining, whether legal or illegal, but the situation is getting worse. Who is causing that? Is it Wontumi? So their own people who are engaging in illegal mining, we need, Yamin, that's his name, right? Yamin and these other guys who are engaging in illegal mining.
You don't have any evidence to suggest that.
Alleged.
But Wontumi has been convicted of engaging in illegal mining.
Sorry.
You don't have any evidence. Both Wontumi and Yamin are entitled to presume innocence.
Exactly.
So but you're making a categorical statement.
The guilt of Wontumi before he goes to
wrong.
Yamin and others. And you have this.
You're making a categorical statement against Yamin when you have no evidence to that effect.
Go and ask.
Go and ask
Akutiringa.
You do not.
Go and ask your age whether Yamin is engaging in
He never pronounced Yamin.
Because he's seen that. And the other one, Abanga, they are engaging in illegal mining. They are engaging in illegality. They are the kingpins.
Say that with the greatest of respect.
And what is the government doing about it?
You say there's an allegation.
Yamin and Abanga, they are engaging in illegality.
No.
There's an allegation. You have proven that.
Oh, God have mercy.
Even before he goes to court.
Can you
your people are doing this, and you are not talking about it.
Learn from me. Tell them.
I think Wontumi has
these are only allegations, and they have been called to investigation.
In this case, is the only person who is engaging in mining activity. Your people are engaging in it. So, to be fair, the president and his people will have to bring everybody. If you think that you want to fight this fair and square, everybody, whether you wear the green, white, and black, or you wear the red, white, and blue, let us know that there's commitment to fight anybody who wants to destroy our water bodies and forests. That is what you need, not selective justice.
Hey, opposition talk, you know it, wow. What?
That's what you were doing.
When the president had a hint...
And Ghanaian voted for the president promised us virtue, and he and his people are practicing vice. That is what is happening in the NDC, right?
The president had... Listen.
That is what is happening.
Listen.
Galamsey,
there was an allegation...
must be fought across board.
Hello.
Nobody should be spared because of his political color.
Take it easy. Take it easy. There was an allegation against two gentlemen in government, this government.
And there are even more.
Hold on. You are a citizen. You have a responsibility to bring them out if you know somebody.
Yes.
Hold on. Then the president.
There's a lot of Galamsey going on. They haven't mentioned your name. This is my brother. They haven't mentioned your name. But there's a lot of Galamsey going on in your constituency.
Oh my God, have mercy.
I'm told his chief. A lot of people are engaging in Galamsey in his constituency. What has he done about it?
You don't want us to discuss that, so I won't discuss that. I won't discuss that. Now the president says there should be an investigation into these, allegations that were made against 2 gentlemen in my government. Absolutely fantastic. You have another president whom, when allegations were made
and lost power to that.
So the point is, hold on. So the point is,
so I was going to tell him that
follow the investigation.
Next week when he comes here, I'll ask him what's the latest, because
let us all follow the investigation.
So when you come here, I'll ask you.
Then we can make some.
Next week I'll ask you
before he comes.
Okay, so that's fine.
The media have a responsibility
to find out
of comprehensive
journalism. We'll go and ask. We'll go and ask.
So you can't come here.
We'll go and ask. But when you come, I'll ask you.
When there is no findings, and that's you a lawyer. You convicted who?
Anyway, but related to.
So you can't be saying, oh.
Let's still stay in the mining industry, because the news center is reporting state capture unfolds. And the story is that the reassignment of the Bogus Superstia gold mine lease to Heath Goldfields has ignited one of the most contentious disputes in Ghana's mining history. The action provoked accusations that the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources, the Minerals Commission, and the Heath Goldfields acted in concert to unlawfully dispossess future global resources and its special purpose vehicle, Blue Gold Bogus Superstia Limited, for their mining lease. Now, the story says, with financial commitment secured, NASDAQ listed backing in place, and ministerial conditional approval granted, there was no lawful basis to revoke the lease. Yet, the Minerals Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources withheld essential permit, creating an artificial default. Heath Goldfields, a company incorporated only on February 6, 2024, with a stated capital of 10,000 cedis, applied for the Bogus Superstia mining lease just a week later, on February 13, despite the fact that the lease was still legally held at the time by FGR Blue Gold. By a letter dated November 12, 2024, the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources approved the Minerals Commission's recommendation to reassign the lease to Heath Goldfields. Well, that's where we are. You're a lawyer. Let me start with you. I mean, they say that they were legally...
Whose opinion is that?
This one. Yeah. Is the FGR Blue Gold who is also making these allegations?
I think it was written by one of Elvis
Daco. Elvis Daco is the writer anyway.
Of course. It's sad. I mean, but why are you surprised? Are you surprised that the president is trying to take this for his brother?
Oh, no, this is not his brother.
You can't say that.
Heath Goldfields has nothing to do with Ibrahim Mahama.
All these will come out. I mean, but...
Well, you know something more than we know.
For me, I believe that once we talk about state capture, it's becoming obvious that the president really wants his brother to take... in fact, more or less over our mining industry. I mean, it happened during his last administration before he left. He eventually assigned all the Inahini bauxite to his brother. He had to take the court to declare the said mining lease as illegal. Because
did the writer mention Ibrahim's name?
I'm just saying.
So why you you don't?
But why you?
I'm just saying. Let me make my point. You are talking about state.
My God.
So let me make my point.
Oh God.
So I'm saying that
MPP. No wonder your party's collapsed.
The kind of government we have right now, they have just decided that they are going to share the state resources. I mentioned the Inahini bauxite that the president gave to his brother, this particular one. They are talking about state capture. And it looks to me that the administration is bent on sharing the resources. And I'm not surprised. This is an unfolding story. I'm here to look into detail, but hopefully the people of Ghana will see what this president is doing. Like I said, they promise us virtue, and they're actually practicing vices. When they were campaigning under the last administration, they accused the former president, the same words, state capture. But here we are, just 9 months down the line, this is what is happening. Hopefully.
But I guess your argument would be valid if Ibrahim Mahama's name was really mentioned with Heath.
You see that.
It's not there.
We are waiting for a name. They set up companies to take over these things. You will see.
So you're only assuming.
Start your investigation and you will see. I won't tell you. Start your investigation. Why do you think you will see the names Ibrahim Muhammad?
But if you won't see it, why
they set up companies to do this?
No, but if you won't see Ibrahim Muhammad on the papers, why do you?
So why do you think the writer captured it as state capture? Why do you think the writer, the one you read it to me, why do you think he captioned this as state capture? We will see. That's what the media, you were present this when they were campaigning. There's state capture here, state capture there. Now, 2025, it's getting worse. That's what I would say. We live to see.
You see, I believe in the truth, okay?
What is the truth?
And that is why many people may not be able to have the ability to take what I say in some of the things that I say. Because you see, I don't like saying things that are not true. The writer expresses his opinion without any evidence whatsoever at all.
No, he's not expressing an opinion. It's based on fact that he has.
No.
If you read it, he has a lot of facts.
Again, that remains his fact.
So now we have two facts.
But you can go and verify.
Can you say that remains two facts?
Sorry,
they are not
he's
two
not writing.
Facts. There's only one fact.
He's not writing from my perspective. And I don't think that he's forcing me to believe what he's writing. Neither will anybody force him to write what he do not believe. Again, I am telling you, I am part of Land and Natural Resource Committee in Parliament.
Okay, you are on the committee. I didn't know
serious, you know. And these matters came to our attention. The minister acted appropriately. Every considerations and concerns were taken into consideration. Every concern were taken into consideration. And I think that you're a journalist, a very good one at that. Go and look at the documents and read. And you will understand that there is no state capture, there is nothing that we did wrong, and the government was actually on point.
So why was it reassigned to Heath? What did Heath have over?
And that is what you need to be finding out.
Oh, you are on the committee, so I want you to tell us.
That is what you need to be finding out. Don't forget, these are business that we're talking about. These are industries that are sometimes be protected. And so you don't think I should come and sit on TV and be telling things that I don't even have details.
The story says,
so for me, look at
Heath was formed, was
that
incorporated on February 2024 with a stated capital of 10,000 cedis. By the document you saw.
With the greatest of respect, I don't have the Registrar General's document right here with me, and so I cannot be making those statements to that.
But did they show financial wherewithal when they came to you?
Of course, why will they not? But you don't want me to sit.
How much did they show?
You don't want me to sit here and be talking about their capital.
But once you're on the committee, and you're educating Ghanaians.
So you don't want me.
You're educating Ghanaians.
So the point I'm making to you is that all I can say is that all concerns were taken on board. Decisions were made on its merit, and I think that's all we're supposed to say here. If you want to know more, get to the minister, and I think that the right to information, is so you can go in there and get the information.
Oh, but if we have a committee member who knows about it, why would we have to go throughout
here? You cannot sit on TV and be talking about people's businesses without authorization. That is not right.
Interesting. Okay.
That is not. So the guy expressed his opinion, and I think you're a journalist.
So what led to the reassignment? What was wrong with FGR? What were the issues?
I'm sure that we all heard what we were thinking. Everything that we talked about was everywhere. Everybody knew. We don't want to be talking about that now. What I can say is the best decision was taken for this country, and that's what I can say for now. That's what I can say. I don't think you want to force me to say what I don't want to say.
Have they started development, Heath?
I think so.
Okay. You are just a committee, actually.
Well, I think it's worth investigating by the media. Every issue has two or more sides.
Yeah.
And the tendency of politicians to refract issues in partisan lenses has always been legendary.
Okay.
So it's up to the media to ferret the truth from these two sides and then feed the public accordingly.
Okay. My boss, you see,
generally do a good job.
Political lenses in itself are not wrong.
Okay.
It depends on how political lens and which lens you're using to see.
If it's NDC lens, okay.
Again, when you are taking a decision that will inure to the benefit of the Ghanaian people, it doesn't matter if it is political or not, but when you are taking a decision that is going to go into one person's pocket against the entire nation, like we saw in your administration, then you can talk about faith. But politics is not anything wrong. We do politics and it's acceptable. So we can
they made your political lenses, because the other Ghanaians sees politicians are people who are righteous in words but impure in this.
Okay,
that's your opinion, sir. I mean, I can't fight your opinion.
Let's bring in Enoch Afuakwa on this. He's a lawyer, just like John Darko.
I hope he tells the truth anyway.
Enoch, help us understand what are the elements to say that what is happening between FGR and Heath is or amount to state capture. You probably understand this field, so you can help us and appreciate it better.
Let me say a very good morning to yourself and to my senior colleagues on your platform, your guest this morning. And I must say that there is nothing, there's nothing in between FGR, Blue Gold, and Heath Goldfield, because Heath Goldfield went through the due process in acquiring the leasehold as far as the Bogosu Pristia mine is concerned.
Okay.
If you recall, sometime in September 2020, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources at the time granted approval to the takeover of the assets of Golden Star Resources to FGR Resources now 10 Blue Gold Resources or Blue Gold Limited. Pursuant to that, we all believe that the assets of the Bogosu Pristia mine was in a state that needed some capital injection as far as to run the mine to the path of profitability. And that the Bogosu Pristia mine needed a strategic investor. That resulted in the takeover by the FGR Resources, proving that they had the financial mettle and the technical know-how to be able to uplift the standing of the mines and to run it to the path of profitability. But what did we see forthwith? 3 years after the takeover, the mine became bedeviled with debt. Salaries and emoluments of workers were unpaid for over 2 years.
Okay.
Electricity bills were unpaid for several months, several years. Taxes and other things, in terms of mineral grants and ground rent and other things, royalties were not being paid and a whole lot of things. So what was the business of the state at the time? The business of the state at the time was for the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources to issue a notice pursuant to Regulation 200, Sub-Regulation 3 of LI 2176, the mining licensing regulation, to give notice to FGR Resources to remedy the breaches of their mining lease. And the remedy was simple, that they should find money and recapitalize the mine. They should find money and pay off their gas debt. They should find money and make sure that they run the mine to the path of profitability. I believe the minister gave them three grounds to remedy themselves or to pay themselves of the breach as far as their leasehold were concerned. And in all this, the minister gave them 120 days notice pursuant to the mining regulation, and they failed to remedy the breach. They also failed to show cause as to why the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources at the time ought not to terminate the mining lease. And in fact, it should be on record that the minister did not even go by the 120-day notice. If the minister was to go by the 120 days notice, the 120-day notice issued pursuant to the Form 64 of LI 2176 ought to have ended on the 15th of November 2023. But it went as far as the minister even granting a conditional approval, FGR merging with Blue Gold Limited to raise capital to be able to transform the mine. So similarly, nothing was showing up until the minister at the time went through due process through the recommendation of the Minerals Commission at the time to terminate the agreement between Blue Gold Resources Limited and open for competitive tendering process where other well-meaning companies also partook in the tendering process. Then Heath Goldfields was seen to be technically and financially viable to take over the assets of the Bogosu Pristia mine. And I must say that even upon taking off whilst awaiting the ratification of their lease agreement with the Parliament of Ghana, they have taken proprietary steps in ensuring that they take adequate care of the aged Bogosu-Christia mine by ensuring that the underground infrastructure is dewatered to ensure the stability of the underground mine infrastructure, again, to ensure that the processing plants and other infrastructure of the mine is maintained, with the whole road and other things put into shape to ward off even the encroachers as far as illegal miners taking over some pits of the mining company and ensuring that water even seeps into the underground infrastructure of the mine is protected and prevented, are all in motion, whilst even awaiting. And I can tell you that they have been paid almost about 9 months of salary arrears owed the staff of Bogosu-Christia mine currently. Proprietary steps have been taken to negotiate and pay off the debt with GRICO and the Electricity Company of Ghana and all that there is. Okay. Local contractors have been paid partially. You can even call the community and verify that as far as the liabilities owed local contractors who had performed some services or some acts to the mining company at the time have been taken over by the current owners of the mine. And they have taken proprietary steps in paying off some of the liabilities as far as debt owed local contractors. Some have been paid half, some have been paid 60%, 40%, 70% in that magnitude. And even in waiting for their mining lease to be ratified by Parliament, injecting capital worth over $50 million into the operations of the mine to be able to ensure that the mine stability is ensured is something that we must commend them. And this is a wholly owned Ghanaian indigenous company that we must all applaud for the dexterity in taking ownership of our mineral resource sector and making sure that capital flight and those monies are reduced to the minimum. Now Ghanaians are taking steps to own our mineral resource. And this is a positive step and a giant step for us that we all must ensure and pat them in the back and ensure that Ghanaians who have the technical know-how, who have the financial method, go into this sector to ensure that the resources that God has blessed us with stays in this republic. It shouldn't be always the Gottisberg era sort of mining governance structure that foreign-owned companies will come take over our large-scale mining sector, then give 10% free carried interest pursuant to the Mine and Minerals Act of 2006 and 703. The government of Ghana only has a 10% shareholding or 10% stake in this. Even if government of Ghana in this instance has zero shareholding in such an enterprise, so far as it is in the hands of a local Ghanaian indigenous company, the revenue, the profit stays within the shores of this country and help sustain our ailing city that depreciates daily, that depreciates weekly, that depreciates per hour as far as the forest market is concerned. And we must ensure that we take diligent steps in engaging local entrepreneurs also come into this sector, not to run them down as being done by FGR and other conglomerates.
Okay. Enoch, I'm grateful for the education you've given us today. Enoch Afuakwa is a lawyer there. He says this is a local business and therefore we must all support the effort by the local people to own the mines in this country. Now, Professor Douglas Boatin says, in a society where criminals believe impunity is assured, crime becomes a profession and corruption a culture disguised as ambition. What is happening to the railway lines is not mere vandalism. It is a symptom of greed, a moral decay eating through the nation's conscience. We are our own worst enemy, for the people in those very communities know the criminals but choose silence over truth. The media should drive through Konongo and see for themselves where Galamsey and environmental terrorists mine openly near main roads and even beside a police station, while community members say nothing, because they too are benefiting from the decay. The forests and rivers must be defended with firm resolve and national unity. Their destruction is not an environmental issue alone. It is a moral crisis that reveals how far we have drifted from conscience. The fight will not be easy. Those profiting from the chaos will resist change, but the rule of law must prevail. The nation must be prepared, informed, and resolute, for defending our natural heritage is defending our collective future. Professor Douglas Boatin brought this one in. Jerry Finn says, KB, I'm listening to you live. I keep saying that we can control Galamsey to make it sustainable, profitable to the nation and keep jobs for the youth working in this industry. The issue of sustainable livelihood programs where they are asked to rear snails and grow palm trees is always not attractive to these young men, and it will be difficult to convince them to take those projects. We keep allowing the Chinese people to bring alluvial equipment. We have Ghanaian welders manufacturing the equipment for one-leg Galamsey operation. One leg. We have allowed the Chinese to be building huge warehouses all over the country for Galamsey equipment, and we don't stop them. We keep on importing excavators for Galamsey. So how are we going to be able to stop illegal mining? And this issue of Chinese building warehouses all over, if you see the warehouses they are building across the country, you'll be shocked.
Have you also seen the mall at
airport? Yes, behind
opposite Duncan Williams Mall.
Yes.
And they've written boldly
China Mall.
It's
called China Mall. It's
when you are
very
in
big.
And you are entering Ghana, you see
is China Mall.
China Mall big at the tarmac. I don't know who gave the permit. Well, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I don't know how.
Well, you said for saying
maybe the ambition of local businesses.
How do you do that?
I've always been saying this, and this China Mall is expanding everywhere. Yeah. They've now built one in Takoradi, just beside the interchange. A Chinese mall is there. That big one. When I saw it, I was furious. I was like, because they have two
to build that thing on our.
They have two
airport tarmac.
They have two in Spintex.
Yes,
2 China malls, big ones. Then just when you are getting to the airport or you are getting to the Accra Mall, there's this one big one coming up.
Where is sited? You see the.
Oh, you see when you are there's a roundabout behind the Accra Mall.
Yes.
Not the Takoradi one.
No, I've seen it going.
Yes, exactly.
It's seated in the airport land.
Yeah.
Airport. Oh, go and see it.
Very huge.
You see China more big.
Very huge. We are not saying that. We are not saying foreigners cannot come in. But we need to regulate it. Yes.
You collapse this guy's building.
No, not that place.
And all the enforcement loopholes might be
this
plugged.
one is on this side.
The right side.
I was in Kumasi the other day. They have hotels. Behind the hotels there are warehouses, and you can't even see what's in there. And when you're going to Takoradi, even before you get to Dabwasi Junction.
Yeah.
Dabwasi Junction. And some structures coming up. And we're just anyway.
We are helpless as a nation, right?
This one said, Mr. President, the situation with Galamsey in Ghana has reached critical juncture, posing a significant threat to public health and safety. The alarming levels of toxicity and turbidity in our water bodies, coupled with the contamination of our food supply chain by hazardous substances such as lead, mercury, and arsenic, are a ticking time bomb. The exponential rise in kidney, liver, and cancer-related diseases is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of inaction. We urge you, sir, to take decisive and immediate action to address this crisis. It should not take you 9 months to consult the security apparatus. Enough of rhetoric, Mr. President. Don't talk, do it, like Nike. Stop Galamsey now. Manche Bruce II in Takoradi Brothers.
Brother, do you know, I think that our mining sector, what we call large-scale mining, those big companies, how long will it take Ghanaians to own things like that?
I mean, we've started.
Maybe you can make it a deliberate.
We've started. I'm told HEEF is one. HEEF is a Ghanaian company. So, now, Ibrahim Ahmed's is it PMP? Ibrahim Ahmed's company, how's it called?
Engineers and
Supply, EMP.
Yeah.
They've also taken one in.
Nguvu Money Limited, owned by Angela List.
I think that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Angela List also owned this company in Zuma area, Adamus.
Adamus, yeah.
That's hers.
Yeah, I think that we should empower ourselves to own our own mineral resource largely. Because you see, I know that companies like Goldfields and all those big ones, it's not for us, okay? So if we're able to own those resources ourselves and create meaningful and real employment for ourselves, for our youths, in a way, may help. And I have another strategy. I think that if the large-scale miners, okay, concessions, can earmark a portion, okay, for community mining, or let's say responsible mining.
Yeah.
And they themselves will supervise how to create the pits and allow the young men and women who want to mine there under their supervision.
Yeah.
So they have a proper arrangement with
mining.
them. It will take them from the river bodies into their purview, their control, so we can control them. Otherwise, you go for one large-scale mining, they have all the lands, huge, and they go everywhere to mine. They say, stop, don't know it, it's our concession.
All right.
Bring them
sell on mining.
And get a place for them, so you control them.
For the sale of mining, permit me to sprinkle a good dust of congratulations on Angela List. On Angela List for winning the Global Power Female Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's been subject to all kinds of attacks.
Yeah.
But this has come to at least take some of the heat off her.
John, you have some remarks on this, on the gold thing, then we wrap up.
Well, I mean, my brother, I think that as a country we need to do better. I would have wished that this president would be known as the president who finally managed to, fight Galamsey. I'm still wishing him well.
He will.
I hope that we can do this for our country.
He will, trust me.
You see, that's why, my brother, let me make my point that because we've known him for the 9 months he's been in power. He's only been rectorate. He's only been our consort, our meet. The last time he met these people, I was wondering, Mr. President, you've been here for 9 months, we are now consorting. When you were telling Ghanaians years ago or months ago that you have all the solutions to the fight against Galamsey, didn't you have a plan? You are now looking for a plan. But all fair and square, he's made them, at least. Let's see whether we're going to see some improvement. Look, I mean, as an environmentalist, my best wish is to see a very clean environment. It's sad that when you travel outside the country and you see all the greenery, you see all the clean water,
the pristine water that you see.
It's amazing, and you want that for yourself.
But you can't have it in Ghana because of Galamsey.
You see, I always say when you go to our communities, even the regular communities, not mining communities, you see that the small river bodies, water bodies we had 20 years ago, they've all turned into gutters. We have Washing Bay sitting right on our river. We are polluting the river, not just from the mining communities. It's all over. You see these, you come to my place, we call them magazine, the mechanics. They work right by the water bodies. They finish, they pour the oil into the river bodies. So it's a big deal, and we need to tackle it from all angles, not just the Galamsey. Pristine environment is good for all of us. And I wish that the president and his team would do better. For me, I wish them well.
All right. Thank you very much. John Darkon is MP for Nsuaem. Thank you for coming. David Bondi is MP for Chufo at Timokwa constituency in the Central Region. And also Mr. Felmoni is former GJ president. Thanks for watching. There's more to come here on the AM show. Please do stay.